Good morning. Can I have some waves from the Zoom people? Hi. Yay, I can see you for a moment. Yay. Hi, Raina, Laura. Lovely to see you. Hi, everybody live on Facebook. I am now on two computers. Strangely enough, but I am here with you to do this 20 minutes. Welcome. I'm Christine Cole. I've studied body-mind centering since I'm very, very young, and I haven't turned my phone off for messages. So I teach very long programs, and during COVID I wondered, how can I serve in this time? And I noticed that bringing up the glands were very helpful for me in this time where I was bogged down and I just couldn't feel a sparkle. And I actually also wonder, and I'd like you to co-research this with me along with your own research that you're already in, like how this might change your relationship to your being in quarantining a lot, not engaging. How do we stay alive? Today I'd like to just start, and I'd like to start without much explanation. I'd like to go to the glands that are behind what we call the chakras. And what is wonderful about studying with Bonnie Bainbridge Cohen was that she would work with the glands before science would call them, or give them a real reason to call them endocrine gland. So we're actually going to start with the coccygeal body. And to do that, I'm going to show you bone. So for a moment, I want you to just tap anywhere on your body or knock on wood. So knock on something that gives you that resonance back, that wood does, that bone does. So just bring up that knowing. Let's see if I can find my coccygeal bodies. Yes! So where we are going, we are starting down, down, down. I think I need my view differently. Yeah, no. I just want to make sure you can see this. Yeah? So this is a sacrum, a plastic sacrum, but nevertheless a very nicely wrought sacrum. And here are some of it's quite big, maybe bigger than it would be, maybe more like this. But we have a coccyx. And I'm only showing that it has two joints. Many people have more joints. And so what I'd like you to do is knock down and find your sacrum and gently knock down with your fingertip and find your coccyx. So that's a gentle tap. And I suggest that you basically have that your little, I can't show you, you can have one leg up. That's what I'm trying to say. So you tap down your sacrum and you tap between your buttocks. No one is watching, everybody's figuring it out. You can be kind of searching in there until you find bone. And for that, Yes, I'm seeing some nice little dances just to get there. And that's what we want. We kind of want, before we sit and meditate, before we know the position in our posture when we're standing or walking, let's undo it and just move our sacrum, move our tail. There we go. Yeah. So now we're going to switch into vibration. And so instead of just tapping and finding bone, we're going to switch to vibration. And I actually found that you can use a vibrator of any kind. One of them is a toothbrush. And if you want, you can use that to vibrate your tail. You might have other vibrators around. Use it to find your tail. Or use your finger instead of hitting for bone. Now we're going to just bring up vibration. So bring up a tiny bit of vibration and let that be in the bone. So right under the bone, I've shown this in green. They're shown differently. Sometimes they're shown around the tip of the coccyx. Where do you see it? Here. Here. Here, I'm showing to two screens. So these are the glands that create the hormones. Now we're getting into that hormonal energy and vibration. And sitting on a ball or on a pillow or on all fours, just take in that vibratory energy through the bone into the glands. This might change your neck. This is why we speak about movement. We speak about something changes, something needs to release in movement. So let that happen. We're not in a strict meditation room. We're finding our way there. There we go. So now just letting that amount of hum, you can meet that hum with your voice if you'd like. So the vibration of your tail will vibrate through your bones maybe. See what it is for you. This tail in the embryo once had 10 to 12 extra vertebrae. We had a long tail like a dinosaur and it curled around. So I find that there's a potency just in the bone, and part of that potency is resonating in these glands. And my colleague Patty Townsend speaks about it from a yoga position, and she thinks that the ability of these glands to perceive oxygen actually initiates a breath. So just for this last moment, notice when your breath initiates, and see if your tail can do that. I'm going to give you one more image that when I come to the coccygeal bodies, when I come to the coccyx, I want you to think of this as an etching tool. So when you're sitting there and the tail is free, you can etch your life into the ground, etch your life into the center of the earth. You can etch your life through all the layers of this earth and through it into the unknown. There's a power there, this root. Woo! So you can stay with this and just hear my words about the next gland. You can go back to it later. We're going to bring in the next cool ass gland, which is the perineal body. And the perineal body is at the bottom of the trapeze of your pelvic floor. So now what was resonance in the coccygeal body, perineal body. And I'll show you pictures. I can hold them up. So here's, this is cool. So in the crossing of the muscles of the pelvic floor, right dab in the middle, in the center of a trapeze, is this perineal body, or bodies. So now I want you to also, like, I'm moving my, like, you could sit on a ball, but take your soft fingers, and for women, find the spot between the vagina and the anus, and find that elasticity, that trapeze. And for men, just find it, between the penis and the anus, so the base of the penis and the anus. And you can lift yourself from it and release. So what's happening is all the muscles are engaged together. They're coordinated. So I think that this gland helps coordinate that. When you sit on a ball, directly on a ball with your pelvic floor, I see some of you in Zoom are doing that, you can play with that. If you'd like, just go back to vibration. You don't have to move. You don't have to do. But it's there. You could maybe clench and unclench to get it going. Beautiful. Yes. Just find your way in. You're on your own. For all I know, you could be running around the room screaming from your coccyx. You could be looking at pictures. You could just be sitting and listening and making small movement. You could be writing a journal about something you're running away from. Anything. So this is freedom. This is freedom. Deal with it. So we're going to the perineal body. And I'll take the last 4 minutes to tell you the significance of it. The significance is that in the embryo, the first seam that grew into us started in the lower body, and it grew up, and eventually it became a fluid-filled notochord that helps us move. And that fluid-filled notochord connected this perineal, where the perineal bodies are, all the way up into an arc to the pituitary. So often in meditation, we put our tongue at the top of our palate and walk it back till we come to the soft palate. So now I want you to coordinate and connect these two different trapezes, the soft palate that your tongue is touching and the pelvic floor, and the gems that sit inside them are the perineal body in your pelvic floor, and the pituitary sitting pretty in a cave, in a bony cave made for it, behind the eyes, up from the mouth. So allow yourself to feel both of those soft trapeze movements, and let your own vibration find the center of them below, and the dropping over into the pituitary above. Bring back in your coccyx. Let it etch your life, your lower life, your root. Knock on wood. Let your coccyx draw its own way into your underworld, into your discovery of your root, your discovery of how you are deeply, unknowingly, unconsciously, for millions of years already connected to everything. Right here now, through your root chakras. First, hello to the glands. First, hello with me today. Please go into your day with this support. Enjoy the tint of the coccygeal body of the root chakra. Let me know on Facebook. Goodbye, Facebook. We'd love to hear from you. We'll see you tomorrow. Write anything down that you'd like. And see you tomorrow.